Good morning, it's the weekend. Hello to you, Saturday, the 3rd of October, 2020. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom tour, coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire. I've got my blue clouds jacket on today, boys and girls. The reason I'm wearing so clouds is because it was raining for so long last night. How long did that rain go on for? It was raining when I went to bed at round about, I was early to bed last night, about 11:30 in the morning. It was at night rather. It was raining when I went to bed. And then it was raining when I woke up once for a wee. Then it was raining when I woke up at 7 o'clock. Hasn't stopped. It's just about stopped now. So much water. I should be going up to check the river later on because it's not too far from here, the river, just in case there's a chance that I could be flooded out and go floating down the Witham into Boston, which is not a pleasant experience. Boston, that is. Ever been shopping anywhere and you've bumped into a snake? Gosh, I mean, what a you see people taking dogs for walks. Some dogs are fairly well behaved. Most dogs are fairly well behaved. Some dogs are a bit yappy and some dogs are downright nasty. I never put it down to the pet themselves. And I often mention that I'm not keen on Alsatians. They seem to make a beeline for me, come running across fields, literally, to bark the bleeding heads off angrily at me. And I think, what have I done to you? But I think it's the way they're brought up. And I'll tell you why. The lady who lives a little bit further down at the house in Bracknell, she's had Alsatians all her life, right? And they've been all over me. These things come running at me, almost knock me to the ground, licking me from head to toe. It's been a long time since that happened, I must say. Licking me from... Some people like that, you know. Licking all... What's all that about? Feet. I know. Some people like licking people's feet. It's strange, isn't it? What some people are into. Anyway, yeah, and she's had Alsatians for years and years and years. No problem at all. No problem whatsoever. It's just how they're brought up, you see. So you see these dogs going out shopping, sometimes even a cat. I've seen cats in pushchairs. Though you ever seen someone going shopping with a snake? I'm not so sure I'd be keen at that. In the Sun this morning, a snake handler was stopped and quizzed by police officers while taking his 12-foot python for a walk. Now, are they the ones that squeeze you to death? Or do they bite you and inject poison into your body? What a terrible way to go. Don't you start fitting, you know, and foaming at the mouth. As the poison gets drawn into your body by your heart, sucking it through the veins and back through your heart and into your brain, and then dead. Terrible. This smiling, he's only a young lad, I suppose about 20. The smiling reptile owner was spotted with the huge pet snake by terrified shoppers. I'm now going to do a terrified shopper. Just a moment. Two policewomen then confronted the man and persuaded him to take the what's that say? Reticulated python. What does that mean? Reticulated. Oh, it's another one of those editors trying to be clever, teach us words that we don't ever need to use. Concerned locals called the police when the python was seen in the Lanes shopping district in Brighton, East Sussex. Well, that says it all, doesn't it? Brighton. Have you been to Brighton? What a dump that is. It is. It's an absolute... And don't ever try and park anywhere in Brighton. Them little traffic wardens, not proper traffic wardens, you know, the private ones. Yeah, oh, we're so important. Oh, quickly. Seriously, never ever take your car to Brighton. It's a dump. Absolute dump. Go a bit further down the road in Hove. That's quite nice, but even then, be careful where you park. There was an incident a couple of years ago at Christmas time when people went down to Brighton seafront, Christmas Day. Park the cars up, a little walk along, come back, all ticketed. All ticketed. I mean, how sad must you be to go and do that job on a Christmas Day? I hope something really terrible happens to you if you're one of those people. Awful. Anyway, someone caught this snake shopping, so to speak. The snake that this boy took shopping in a video. In the video, the snake can be seen sprawled across the pavement with its head leaning against a window next to its owner. It's probably looking at him lovingly. I'll show you a picture in a minute. How funny. The two police officers encouraged the man to remove the creature from the street, with the man arguing back that his pet is content where it is. Don't upset a snake. Eventually, he is persuaded to take the python away by the officers, and he walks away from the camera with the huge animal wrapped around his neck. The man and his friend are thought to have been intending to film the snake for their YouTube channel, where they post videos of reptiles in unusual places. There's a couple of reptiles I like. Bearded lizards. You know the little ones? I quite like those. They seem quite friendly creatures, don't they? Bearded lizards. I looked them up once. Apparently, you can become friends with them, and eventually, if you ever get one, right, and it lives in its little glass thing, doesn't it? Because it likes it warm. You have to have a light bulb on, don't you, or something like that? Some sort of heater in the glass cabinet. If you leave the top off it, and after a while, it will come over and sit on your lap. They're friendly little things. Bearded lizards. What do they eat? Insects. Oh, get 10 here immediately. You see, that's the thing with the bearded lizards. It wouldn't bother me in the slightest. If I was in bed and, I looked up and there's a bearded lizard sitting on the bedroom cabinet next to me, I'd be very happy with that. Wouldn't bother me in the slightest. When I went to Australia, the first time I went, I stayed at a resort called Turtle Cove, which is an absolutely delightful place. Beautiful place. Private beach and all that. Not over expensive. It was just a normal resort, okay? And in my room there was one or two geckos. Geckos are these little creatures, a bit like bearded lizards. They climb up walls and they kind of hang themselves on the ceiling. Literally, they can run along the ceiling. They've got little suction things on their hands, but they can't stay up there all night long. And I think sometimes they fall asleep and suddenly you hear a thud where it's just fallen off the ceiling onto the floor. Now, I could have got the bloke in the hotel. We've got a couple of geckos in it. No, it didn't bother me in the slot. I left them in there. Quite happy. They don't make a noise. You don't really hear them running around the place like idiots. Not like a mosquito. Oh. Missed it again. No, not geckos. They literally just hang on the ceiling. And they do move around, but you don't seem to hear them. And again, if I woke up and there was one next to me, perhaps peering at me from the bedroom side cabinet, it wouldn't bother me in the slightest. Nice little things. I quite like reptiles. Not too keen on crocodiles or alligators. Wouldn't like to open my bedroom door and one of those is standing there. Or dinosaurs. That those ones with the teeth, I don't know what they're called, Pterodactyl rhesus something or other. Huh? And the teeth, the ones that eat people. But the really big ones were nice because they didn't eat people, just leaves. They're all right, aren't they? Snakes? I don't know about snakes. If I knew a snake was poisonous and it would bite me, then I probably wouldn't touch it. But I don't think they're all like that, are they? Is it the pythons? What's the ones that coil themselves around you and crush you to death? Some people try and do that while I'm blooming DJing. Oh, can I get a cuddle? Go away! Don't touch me! Oof. Germs flying around all over the place. Don't be cuddling anyone now. You get that virus. Anyway, back to this very important story in the Sun this morning. The man and friend were thought to be intending to film the snake for their YouTube channel where they post videos of reptiles in unusual places. This businessman who took the video said it was really surprising to see. There was a lot of commotion and somebody said something about a snake, but I thought they meant a tiny snake. I'd seen this big yellow thing on the floor, but it didn't even cross my mind that it was a snake at first. I went as close as I could and suddenly I'm like, that's a snake. Well, I mean, you must be pretty poor of seeing not to realise that that's a snake at someone's door. Well, hang on, look, it's just resting here. It's a yellow thing, it is. And I gotta say, that looks particularly beautiful to me, doesn't you? Don't look fit. That snake does not look fearsome in the slightest. I quite like the little head. I like their little heads, the little triangular shape, aren't they? Huh? And here's this boy standing there, and some policewoman, she's standing back. He's not a man, he's a boy. Look, all right, he's standing there with his friend. I suppose the other lad's got the camera there. Now he looks quite happy with it. Look, he's smiling. Look, he's smiling because he can see the corruption. He's not corrupt, commotion he's causing. Look. And there's the policewoman. I noticed she's standing quite far back. That might be the coronavirus thing though, mightn't it? And there's another picture of him and his mate and the policeman. And again, the police lady, she looks a bit scared. Look at it. It's just on the floor. Can you see it there under his legs? And people are moaning as usual, aren't they? This bloke doing the film, and he said, I went as close as I could and suddenly it's like, that's a snake. One person said on Facebook, oh, here we go, the experts on Facebook. One person said on Facebook, if you see this idiot in Brighton, make sure you tell him what he's doing to that snake is cruel. Is it? Looks all right to me. What was he doing wrong to it? Is he smashing it over the head? Is he shouting at it? Is he hitting it? No. He's taking it out for a bleeding walk, love. You stupid or what? Reptiles require heat to digest their food correctly, and if they don't get the correct heating, it can lead to serious health problems. Mug. But Eric, a video production company owner, added the man was arguing, how is this different to walking a dog? He's got a point, isn't he? Now, if that snake looked scary, I would tell you, but it doesn't. Don't look scary to me. The officers didn't answer back to that. They kept encouraging him to take the snake home. They were as baffled as anyone else. They were saying how interesting it was to end a shift like this. Oh, bless. Anyway, perhaps you'll see something. Have you ever seen anything really unusual like that out while you're shopping? I don't think I have. I haven't seen anything like that at all, really. I don't know, bloke walking a llama or something like that. Can you take a llama for a walk? Are they quite happy to be on a lead? Oh, you can take a horse for a walk and a dog for a walk. Cats, not too happy. They do not like leads on, do they, cats? No. They just sit down. You end up dragging the poor thing along the floor, wouldn't you? Eh? Anyone got a snake or anything like that? Trust in me, close your eyes. Trust in me. We do like a snake. Got a couple of pictures sent in this morning, boys and girls. One from Gary Ross. Thank you, Gary. And one from John Aitken to show you this morning. What's in the pic? Oh, and two from John Parrish, as always. What's in the pictures today? Well, you'll know if you want to see them. I will require to see the pictures today only a bargain 22 likes. 22 likes, and I'll get the pictures up there for you this morning. Meanwhile, let's say hello to some very interesting people today. And some that aren't so interesting. Uninteresting people like Jason Hughes. Andy V. A very good morning to the very interesting, a very good friend of mine, Mr. Jeffrey Burley. He's got the caravan next to me. They popped back to their caravan to do a little bit of sort of removal work yesterday. Nice van, Jeff. You could turn that into a little house, couldn't you? I think my brother-in-law, he got a transit van or something like that, and he started on making it so that he could use it to go out to places, you know, with I think he was going to put a cooker and things like that in there, but I don't know what happened to it. It suddenly disappeared. Maybe someone came and bought it off him. I don't know. So good morning, Jeff. Morning to Paul and Lou here nice and early this morning. Morning, Paul and Lou. Hello to DSLDG2. Morning to you. Diane Jeb. Hello, sweetheart. Morning, Diane. Daniel Woodhouse. A very good morning to Daniel Woodhouse this morning. Hello to Mandy Davenport. Good morning, Mandy. Ba-ba-ba. Da-da-da. Now, what's this now? Daniel says, you know what? Mum's been very naughty. She came round yesterday and turned the iron on by accident, and I didn't know and only realised this morning. Right. And how is this affecting any of our lives on this channel today, Daniel? Sorry, is this something related to something we're doing today, dear? Have I missed something? I mean, do you iron snakes, perhaps? Very strange people on here, dear. Good morning to Michael Pullman, whose birthday it is. He's got his countdown birthday at the moment, haven't you? It's his birthday soon. Am I right in saying it's next Saturday, Michael? I think your birthday is next Saturday. Good morning to Christopher Williams. Morning to Christopher. Hello to Rachel Wheatlands. Morning, Fran Green. All right, baby Fran. James Humble. Good morning, James. Haven't seen you all week. Oh, of course, you're at school, aren't you? Morning, James. Hope you're well there, James. Joe Woodruff. Morning, Joe. She hasn't won for a while. What's happened, Joe? So I told you. That luck runs out eventually, my love. Hello to Tony King. Morning, Tony. There's Gary Ross there. He sent a little picture in today, which you may or may not want to see. I'll leave it up to you. It's entirely up to you. 22 likes we required to see the pictures various people have sent in this morning. Let's just, are you chatting away to each other? I haven't got the echo on, idiot. There's no echo on. There's no, why do people do that? Oh, you got your echo on. Oh, the picture's a bit dim. There's something wrong with your equipment. Check it out, dear. Ba-ba-ba, da-da-da-da. Bearded dragons. Do you like them, Mandy? Do you like them? I like them. Little things, aren't they? And what's those other things? Iguanas. They can get quite big. They get upset, though. They get angry. They start hissing at you. Iguanas. Do they have teeth, these things? Or do they just suck the life out of something? Like how funny is that? Chris Williams says, I've been to Brighton yesterday to pick up my mobile. I need a dump, Chris. Who would ever want to live in Brighton? There's some rough so-and-sos around there, dear. Not suitable for any of our viewers. No, well, none of our viewers would want to live in Brighton, somewhere like that. Morning to Sherry DMP. Good morning, young Sherry. She's got her own channel there. Gary Ross used to like watching V years ago. Yes, they pulled their skin away from their face and they were lizards. But there was one good one, wasn't there? The bloke. He was a good lizard. I remember that, and the spaceships came, and all these people went visiting the spaceships, only to be killed and hung up, ready for the lizards to eat them. I don't want to be eaten by a lizard. Bearded dragons, they'd never get me down their little throats, would they? Bearded dragon, they'd try and eat you. A bearded dragon would... It would choke itself to death, wouldn't it? Morning to Mari Lowe. Hello, lovely Mari. All right. Rachel, my favourite snake is a cobra. Wouldn't have one as a pet. No, I don't think so. I mean, me neither, Rachel. I think one of my CB... Remember CB radios? One of those, it was a cobra. That was the brand of the CB. I don't know why they named it after a snake. Very good it was. Breaker 1414 for a copy. Come on. Matchbox sitting on the side. That's how I met my wife, through CB radio all those years ago. Yeah. Her handle on there was Ginger. I was Matchbox and she was Ginger. Then there was my mates, Master Blaster, Midnight Cowboy. CB radio, gosh. Wow, that was great fun. Killed off, unfortunately, by the mobile telephone. Yeah. Not many people got CB radios. I have actually got one at the house, which my mate bought me a few years ago now. Must be about 7, 8 years ago now or so. And I got the CB radio. I thought I'd like to get into this again. Anyway, I put it up. I had an aerial bloke come round and put one of the really long GP half waves up on the side of the house. And I turned it on and there was barely anyone on there at all. That was kind of sad in a way. I went for about, there's 40 channels on this thing, right? And there was talking on about 2 of them, of which it was fairly close. It was difficult to get into the conversation. Do you know what I mean? Like you was a new person, so it was very difficult to get into the conversation. So I took it down in the end. I have noticed around here there are a few CB aerials up around me here in Lincolnshire. And I could get a small aerial and just like a magnet type thing, and you just plonk it on your roof and you could use that. I wonder if it might be worth bringing the thing down here and playing around with it, seeing if there's anyone on here worth talking to. Morning to Mike Rees-Ponto. Good morning to you. Is that everyone? Jeff had a CB. His handle was Amp Tramp. Amp Tramp, that's it, yeah. All these different CB names we had. Who else had a CB radio? Anyone? Gary Rossi said, I used to say to the girls on CB years ago, breaker, breaker. I can't. What? Were you 14 at the time, were you, Gary? He's trying to chat up the girls when he was 14 years old. On CB. Breaker, breaker, I break you in. What a chat up line when you're 14. Oh, Gary. Didn't meet your wife on the CB radio, did you? Morning to John Parrish. Dear me. Oh, gosh. You are funny. There's no echo on in here, Andy. Okay. Right, one more stupid remark from you, Andy, today, and we'll block you from the channel. There's no echo on. There's no echo on here. So you're just there constantly trying to, you're a disruptor. There's a few disruptors on here. You're one of them. We'll see if any of the others make an appearance today. You've become a disruptor, Andy. Rather than your rather interesting comical comments now and again, you've decided to become a disruptor and disrupt the show. And there's always punishment waiting for people like you. This is the echo on, see? That's the echo on. And that's the echo off. That's the echo on. That's the echo on. That's the echo off. I think I'm stupid. Mandy Davenport had a CB and his handle was Black Cat. Oh, I do like black cats. Don't you? My nephew's got one. Rocky. He's so friendly. The boy cats are friendlier than the girl cats. Have you found that? I've found that over the years. The boy cats are more friendly than the other ones. Black cats are beautiful. A lot of people won't have a black cat because they don't look good in Instagram photos. I mean, how sad is that? How sad is that? That's all right, Gary. You can just tell us, as long as things are not, normally, are honest. That was an honest comment. You used to chat up girls when you were 14 years old on the CB radio. Don't suppose you got many, seeing as I've seen a picture of you, but that's not the point. You tried your best. You might have found someone eventually. You never know. Okay, you never know. Right, our Super Chat prize this week, I managed to get a photo of it. We're giving away this week. Anyone who's doing Super Chats, just a minute now. There we go. Anyone who's doing Super Chats this week, that is the prize. It is our old balloons backdrop to here. Okay. Do you think, should I leave the echo on all the time for you there, Rachel? Is that like quite a good sound? I don't know how high is that echo on there. Let's have a little listen. That must be on really high. I can't tell myself, you see, because I don't have the microphone coming through the speakers. Will I be able to hear myself? Echo. Connect to the internet. Oh, I can't because I turned my phone off, don't I? I usually have the echo on while I'm doing a bit of singing, you know. What was I going to say then? I forgot what I was going to say then. What are we talking? Good morning to Village Idiot. Morning to you. There are still some CB enthusiasts in the United States. My handle was Juan. Is it Juan Hung Low? What's an unusual name? Is that like connected to anything? I don't know. Morning to Ray Reynolds. Morning to you. Telling us Barry Manilow's on. Thank you, Ray. Oh, yes, that was it. For the Super Chat prize this week, we're doing the balloons. Every time you send us £1 Super Chat, I'll give you a free raffle ticket, okay? There's the backdrop there in use. That was November last year, so it's not too long ago. It looks a bit white there because there was basically too much light on the backdrop, but it's all sort of light blue and coloured balloons. Anyway, that's the prize next week for anyone who's sending in a Super Chat. All right, my darlings, how are we doing on the 19 likes? We only need another 3 likes. And then I'll show you the pictures this morning, okay? Mike Reese Ponto likes a bit of reverb. You like a little bit of reverb? All right. Okay, gang, let's do some stories today. I'm determined to get the show time length down because it's really going on far too long, and it's like 11:30. I can't get out and do my daily walk. I'm lacking exercise. I am lacking exercise. It's not going to happen today. I'm determined to get out within an hour and a half, minimum. At least, absolute maximum, an hour and a half this morning. Absolute maximum, preferably an hour. I think it's a bit much to ask people to stay here for 2 hours. But anyway, what about old Trump? He's gone to hospital now, hasn't he? They're all reporting this in the Sun's take on it, says that he is struggling to breathe, and they're giving him an experimental coronavirus treatment, and he says it's going well after he was dramatically airlifted to hospital amid reports he is struggling to breathe. Now, he may or may not be struggling to breathe. I don't know that. He may or may not be struggling to breathe. And I say that because sometimes when you think in your head that you're struggling to breathe, you start struggling to breathe. Okay? Now, this little thing here. Okay? When I go on a walk and exercise, anything like that, out in the open, I never use this. Never. Right? Always got it with me, generally. But I never use it. If I go out, and anyone who's got asthma, you tell me if you're the same. If I go out and I forget this, okay? So I'm going out and doing my business, whatever I'm doing. And then I suddenly realise that I've forgotten this. That, oh, do you know what I could do with that now? And it's, of course, it's in my head. It's in my head. And I'm not happy until I've had a... Did I actually need it? Probably not. And I do wonder if, because we know the coronavirus can give you breathing problems. Not everyone, but some people, it creates terrible breathing problems. And you've seen the people on the telly. You've seen those poor people in hospitals, you know, with the mask on, struggling to every breath is an effort. It's awful. And I wonder if there's anything going on him there. You know, whereas he knows, no matter what he says on these news briefings and all that, he knows it can affect your breathing. Now, has he now got it in his head that his breathing has been affected? I don't know. But it says in the Sun, his experimental coronavirus treatment is going well after he was dramatically airlifted to hospital last night our time, amid reports he is struggling to breathe. In extraordinary scenes at the White House on Friday, Trump, you see, he's 74. He's not young, is he? 74, was rushed via helicopter to Walter Reed Medical Center near Washington, D.C. out of abundance of caution after he was struck down with the virus. So there we are. So he's in hospital now as well. But experimental treatment. I don't know. I mean, well, don't know what you think about that. Really? Do you think someone's trying to knock him off? He's not popular, is he? He's not liked by a lot of people. And I do wonder, now they've got him in hospital, they can do anything they want. Oh, you know, it was an experimental drug, it went wrong. I do wonder if someone's trying to knock him off. You know, could be. Thank you, John, for your CB handle name there. There must be some security around his hospital ward. Yeah, but I mean, how someone could put a white coat on or something like that, can't they? Someone could just put a white coat on, you see, and go in there and do all sorts of damaging things to him. A little bit worrying, wouldn't it? Eh? The Sun. We often talk about tattoos, but have you got like a face of someone on your arm tattooed? There was a lady, she's no longer with us, she was a big Barry Manilow fan. Big Barry Manilow fan. And she actually had a tattoo of, what's her name? Anita, I think it was. A tattoo of Barry Manilow's face tattooed sort of around here. And she proudly showed it to everyone. And you can meet Barry Manilow if you can do a meet and greet. Going to cost you about £1,000. He says that money goes to charity. He uses the money to raise for his Manilow Music Project, where they buy musical instruments for schools that have asked for them, basically. And she spent the £1,000. I think she met him on a few occasions. And I just wonder what it's like, you know, if someone come up to you and says, look at this, Barry, I've had your picture tattooed. And it was quite a good tattoo, actually. Looked just like Barry Manilow. It's a bit, you know. Would you have a picture of someone tattooed on your arm, perhaps? Who would it be? Who would it be? Who would tattoo? Whose picture? Obviously mine somewhere. One or two of you, I expect, are arranging at this very moment a little picture of me tattooed. Perhaps here somewhere. Perhaps on your breast. There somewhere, you know. Boys or girls, you know. To show your love and adoration for me. Adam the plumber, I'm very surprised he's not got one. He has a shrine to me in his house. It's nice, and it's nice thing, isn't it? Sometimes I'm laying in bed and oh, I felt like a little, like bubbles in me. You know, a little bit, you know, like when you sing that, you get that feeling of bubbles. And I often wonder if that's Adam, you know, venerating my picture on his altar of Chris Reardon. Well, Katie Price and Carl Woods. Now that's the latest boyfriend. On the revolving door of Katie Price's open-legged bedroom, Katie Price and boyfriend Carl Woods revealed their huge tattoos of each other's faces on their arms as Katie said they'll be together forever. Oh, I feel a song coming on. Together forever and ever we part, together forever we do. And don't you know I would move heaven and earth to be together forever with you. If there's anything you need, all you have to do is say. Rick Astley, if you were wondering. Well, the former glamour model, 42, has proven just how committed her and Carl, 31, are to each other. They've had each other's faces tattooed on their arm. Katie revealed she was getting the new ink earlier this week, and now the Sun Online can reveal what they look like in exclusive pictures. The photos show the loved-up pair at the tattoo parlour, with Katie wearing an oversized black jumper with matching hat and green leggings. I just close your eyes and picture that. An oversized black jumper with matching hat and green leggings. She probably looked like Kermit the Frog. Because she's got the same sort of mouth features as a frog, hasn't she? You know, God knows, once those lips get hold of you, they're not going to let go, are they, until you're empty. Meanwhile, Carl opted for a grey t-shirt and trackies. That's more like it. Proper lad. A little bit like Mark Bowles. Proper lad. You know, None of these so-called lads that say they're lads on the channel. Make me laugh. Never seen so many fairies in my life. There's more camp on this channel than I've ever seen in a gay bar with a stage full of drag queens. I'm telling you that now, boys. You make me laugh. You make me die, you lot on here. I've never seen so much campness in all my life. Mark Bowles is the only real man on here. Meanwhile, Carl opted for a grey t-shirt and trackies. On each... By the way, you know when I go back a line, right? It's not because I forgot where I am. I just want to remind you of where we are. Because your attention span is so short. Not everyone, but a few of you on here. That I like to remind you exactly where we are before you come out with the next stupid, insignificant comment. On each of their right forearms are huge matching tattoos. Katie's showing Carl's face and vice versa for her lover. Now, unfortunately, they're encased in plastic, so they're quite difficult because they put cling film on, don't they? I don't know why they put cling film on Katie Price, to be honest. There you go. Now, you can just about see his picture on her rather flabby bingo-winged arms. There we go, look. Okay, you can just about see him on there. And she's, as I say, she's got the cling film wrapped around it. I think she would have been more suitable for Bako foil, wouldn't you? Because there's some old turkey wrapped up in Bako foil rather than cling film. That might have been better for you, Katie, to be honest. But I have to say, and I'm very pleased to report this to you, that the picture of her on his arm doesn't really look like her, does it? And I wonder if he's done that so that when they eventually break up, which will probably be sometime next week, you know, he could just pretend it's someone else, can't he? After having the ink, both of the celebrities have their arms wrapped in cellophane. Speaking of the tattoo, Katie told The Sun online, no matter what the haters say, this is proof we'll be together forever. Wow. I'm so happy to have this commitment to him. Carl said this is more than a tattoo. It's a tribute to each other. What tribute for what? What have you done? You've been on the telly a few weeks. That was it. And what's she done? Made an absolute fortune of being no one. An insider told us about the tattoos. If anyone doubted their relationship, this is the proof that they're committed to each other. Oh, I feel blooming sick, don't you? Oh, God. And there's a few pictures in there of them doing their stuff. What is that they're eating? Hang on a minute. The Sun exclusively revealed in July that Katie and Carl had been dating since June. Wow. So you're with someone for 2 months and you immediately go and get your tattoo of their face on your arm. Mugs. This isn't the first time the reality star has gotten herself inked with her partner's name. Ex-husband and father of her children, Junior and Princess Peter Andrex. Very good quality toilet paper he makes. Peter Andrex. Had his name on Katie's body before she covered it with her rose. They're even putting their names on her now. I wonder where it was. Was it a little message as well? Peter Andre has been here. Well, she could do that. What she could do, like, say at the bottom of her leg, has been here, and then at the top, Peter Andre, and as she goes through them all, you could just cross that one out and put the next one underneath it, couldn't you? I wonder how long it would take for her to run out of leg. I mean, there's so much of it. In 2017, she revealed a new tattoo of a big black horse. Was that another one of her exes? Wow. She's covered in them. The inking used to show a small Leo across the bottom of her leg, which she first showed off when dating the hunk in 2011. Well, what hunk is this then? Oh, I see. Leo Leandro Penna. What does he do? Does he do something? Is he on the telly? I don't know who that is, really. Meanwhile, ex-husband and father of her youngest children, Jet and Bunny, Kieran Hayler. I think we're going through the list here, aren't we? Wonderful. I know. Good luck to you, Katie. Good luck to you. Had a huge tattoo. Kieran had a huge tattoo of Katie transformed into an enormous ship following the split. He turned Katie into a ship. And we all know what goes on ships, don't we? Yes, a lot of people get on board. Who am I to judge people? There's only one judge. That's what the Pope said. Morning to Daniel Holmes this morning. Anything about that there? Fran Green. Morning, Fran. My dad and stepmum loved CB radios as well. Their handles were Teddy Bear and Kitten. Oh, that's nice, Fran. Teddy Bear and Kitten. I like that. I like that. Teddy Bear and Kitten. Very, very nice indeed. John Parrish has got my face on his arse. How awful. Very tacky, John. Very, very tacky. Oh, we got 25 likes there, have we? Okay, just a moment now. Let's do some, let's show you these pictures. Fran had a boyfriend one week and I had my name Frankie tattooed down the bottom of his leg. You ladies, you can get the boys to do anything if they fancy you. You know that. You know that. Because my niece did that. When she was about 10 in school, I think it was. She was about 10 and this boy fancied her in school. She got him to write her a letter and every word had to be in a different colour. And she proudly showed it to me. Maybe a bit older than 10. I don't know, 12, 14, something like that she was. She got this boy in her class to write her a nice letter and every word had to be in a different colour. Right, let's show you these pictures that people have taken time and trouble to send in. That's where we're at the bottom there. I showed you the balloons one, didn't I? Yep, hang on. Right, okay. Gary... Oh, by the way, thanks very much to Gary Ross for sending in the story of the snake handler. Gary sent that. And if you've got a story that you see that's amusing, nothing too serious, okay, that you might see during now and before the beginning of the next chat show, which is on Monday, any point, just send it in, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I'll have a look at it and see if we can include that or not. I'll always mention your name as well. So Gary Ross sent in the story about the snake. Thank you, Gary. Paul O'Mara. Now, who's this? Oh, John Aitken. People were asking John about his shaver for some reason. So there you go. He's sent in a picture of his men's shaver. I think that's what he does his bald head with. Thanks very much for that, John. Is it from the Co-op? That looks like the Co-op logo at the bottom there, doesn't it? Or is that two digital numbers? 88. I don't know. It looks like the Co-op logo to me. Thanks so much for that one, John Aitken. All right, he's not with us this morning. He's not usually with us Saturday, is he, John? John Parrish wrote to me yesterday. He's only just watched the film The Red Balloon, which I mentioned yesterday, which he enjoyed. And he says he'd never seen the film before. He also likes The Snowman. But I thought everyone had seen that film, The Red Balloon. If you've not seen it, have a look. It's on YouTube. Just type in The Red Balloon. It's a French film, okay? There's no dialogue. It's just music. And it's a wonderful, warm film. You'll like it. You might need a little box of tissues near you. There's a sad bit in it. The Red Balloon. Watch that on YouTube. But John has also sent in a couple of pictures, as he does each and every morning. Beautiful pictures. There we go. That's him working and living in Aden, which is in Yemen, with Meryl Streep. Now, where is she then? Which one is Meryl Streep? Oh, it'll come back in a minute. There's their trip to Rome. Look at that in that beautiful way. Lovely picture. There's some proper lovely architecture in Rome, I tell you. Old type things. Now, there you go. Now, where's Meryl Streep then? Is it the one in the... I don't know who she is. She's an actress, isn't she? I can't see her there, John. I can't see her. But anyway, thank you for sending that that one in there. Was there another picture came through? Gary Ross. What's this from Gary Ross? Let's have a look. Oh, Gary Ross has sent in this. In celebration of me going around picking up litter all over the place. Thank you very much for that, Gary. Okay. As I say, anything else? Any pictures you want to send in? That's the email address there. Our next chat show will be on Monday morning after this. Okay. Mandy, tattoo-wise, she's got a wedding date on her wedding ring finger. Yeah, just a small one there. Yeah, Rachel likes the photos. Morning, Shania, still. Morning, Shania. There she is. Good morning to you. James Bond, are you ready for the James Bond film? Well, don't get too excited. They've put it back again. They've put it back again, and the reason they would have put it back again is because people aren't going to the cinema. It costs a fortune to make films these days. Millions and millions of pounds are spent making films. If you've ever seen a film made, you'll understand why there's so many people involved in making a film. Well, they've put it back again. This film has been in the can now, or it will be by the time it comes out, over a year. It's a year old now and it still hasn't been seen. In the Daily Mail, and it was mentioned on the BBC Breakfast Time this morning by the delightful Naga Monchetti, who was there, sadly, with miserable git Charlie. Oh, he's such a miserable git. She does jokes or tries to do funnies and he just sits there, stony face. Do we have to have Charlie on the telly in the morning? Can we have someone with a bit more personality, please? He's just so bland and boring. Charlie on BBC Breakfast. It's a shame, really, because it's a nice name, isn't it, Charlie? Do you think? He's boring. Anyway, the release of the new James Bond film in the Daily Mail, No Time to Die, has been delayed until April now, next year. Really looking forward to it. I love James Bond. The movies, there was one particular film I didn't like, Quantum of Solace. What a load of crap that was. No humour. Didn't make me laugh. Nothing in it. It was just awful. And it was also difficult to follow. Quantum of Solace. That's the only one I haven't liked. Oh, and who can ever forget, was it the last film where Dame Judy Dench died? In that house, it was all on fire, firing missiles on it. She died. Oh, it was a sad moment. See, I never knew it was coming. I never, ever look at the synopsis of a film before I go and watch it, because then you spoil it for yourself. Because you know you'll know what's going to happen. What's the point of that? We might as well not go and see the film then. It's the same when, was it Dumbledore, the old bloke in Harry Potter, when he was killed, weren't he? By the evil one. Evil. Evil. He was killed by the evil one, weren't he? I never knew that was going to happen. I was in the cinema with my mate in Greenwich. That must be 10 years ago now. We were in Greenwich, in the posh seats. Extra £1.50. And then he's up in that tower, and I think it's Dumbledore. He was up in that tower. And he gets killed, and I'm like, did that just happen? Sitting in the cinema when M died. Dame Judy Dench. I'm starting to cry. It was so sad. Anyway, the new James Bond film has been delayed until April 2021. Filmmakers have revealed the movie had been scheduled to debut in theatres on November the 11th, but will now be delayed in order to cater for a worldwide theatrical audience. The film's producers have yesterday announced. Statement on Twitter read, MGM, Universal and Bond producers Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli. That is a funny surname, isn't it? I always giggle when I see that come up at the end of the film. Barbara Broccoli. Has she got green hair? They announced the release of No Time to Die. The 25th film in the James Bond series will now be delayed until the 2nd of April next year in order to be seen by a worldwide theatrical audience. And actually, something like that, you want to go to the cinema. It's all very well, and I know some of you, but certainly DJ Chris I don't think he's with us this morning. DJ Chris has got the most beautiful TV and sound system in his house. And I know some of you have got projectors and all sorts of things in your living room. And yeah, it's nice to watch them. But there are certain things, new Star Trek films, that sort of thing, James Bond, you have to go to the cinema to watch them. I went to see, last year, I went to see Judy, you know, about Judy Garland. We went to the cinema near me here at Woodall Spa, the Kinema in the Woods. And I took my friend Tom Edwards there, and we watched that film. And having someone next to you who is into what the film is about or is interested in seeing that particular film, and you've got someone next to you, and it makes all the difference, rather than just sitting at home. You know, sometimes I'm sitting at home watching a film or a TV show, and I come to a funny bit, and I want someone next to me. Did you see that? You know, like that. Mind you, there's nothing worse than that as cinema, is it? You know, you're trying to watch this film and say, oh, Chris, did you see that? Yeah, I'm watching the film, shut up. Or my mate, he likes to give a running commentary of what's on the telly. So annoying. Anyway, in the Daily Mail it says, we understand the delay of the latest James Bond film, No Time to Die, will be disappointing to our fans, but we now look forward to sharing it next year. It is a great shame. Oh, Rami Malek's going to be the villain again. You see, he's quite good looking, isn't he? Yeah, have a look at this one, girls. Rami Malek. I think he's quite good looking, especially in this photo. One moment, please. He's a villain, isn't he? Yeah, but we like villains. We don't want someone who's nice to us, do we, girls? Want to be chucked around a bit. There we go. Oh, it's a bit blurred, that picture. I'll do it again. I think I moved the camera too quickly. And a rather amateur moment there for you boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed that. One moment. Why do I keep saying boys and girls? I don't know why. Practically all girls on here. Straight blokes, my foot. Look at them all on here. Have you seen them all on here? I tell you, you don't see this amount of bitching going on in gay pubs. This lot on here. It's true, girls. Isn't it, Mandy? Awful people. Here we go. There we are. Hey, he's quite good looking, isn't he? Now that's a villain. That's a villain. I always think it's a bit worrying. You know when you see like a news, you know when you're watching the news, and you know, so-and-so has been murdered. Here is a picture of the murderer, and they're gorgeous. And you think to yourself, well, if I'm going to be murdered, I want him to do it. It's like that bloke in The Fall. You know, the most recent programme the Netflix series The Fall, with Gillian Anderson and that good-looking bloke. Dame, it might have been Damon. I can't remember his name now. No, I won't say it. I might have that wrong. Gillian Anderson and the murderer in there. It was absolutely gorgeous. I couldn't believe the ending. I won't tell you just in case you haven't seen it. The Fall, that's on Netflix. There's 3 series of it. But each series is only about 4 or 5 episodes long. So it won't take you long to watch them all. It's about 15 hours altogether. Please watch it. Very, very good. Very good. Anyway, the next James Bond film will be the 25th in the franchise, after he has left active service, and then it starts telling you he's enjoying a tranquil life in Jamaica, and then it tells you about the film, and that's why I stopped reading it, because I haven't seen the film yet, you know, and I don't want to disappoint myself by knowing what's going to be in it before it starts. Don't want to do that. Is it the Pharaoh from Night of the Museum? Is that who it is, Rachel? I didn't know that. We don't know that. Hey, Mandy's agreeing, see? They're just bitches on here, the blokes. They're just a bloody joke. They really are. They really are. Why isn't there a button on YouTube to just stop the blokes' messages coming through? It'd be so much more interesting, wouldn't it? There must be a way of just stopping male messages coming through here. Really. How much do you love your pets? Oh, you got a little doggy, have you? Have you got a little Pekingese dog? Did you like the Pekingese dog in All Creatures Great and Small? Not this week, last episode, the last one with Diana Rigg. She was her last appearance before she died. The lovely Diana Rigg on All Creatures Great and Small. She had this Pekingese dog, which was overweight, bless it. She kept feeding it Titbits. Do you do the same to your dog? Have you got an overweight dog? Or an overweight cat? Gary, the cat that visits me when I'm down at the house. Still haven't found out who owns it yet. He just appears at the doorway. And he's got to the point now where he just walks in. You open the door, he walks in. Uninvited. It's like he's moved in, he's moved in. And he's all around, meow, meow, meow. As soon as you fed him, that's it. He finishes the bowl, gone. But I noticed last time he's come, he's put a bit of weight on that cat. He's not fat yet, but he's getting there. It cannot just be me feeding him. And I'm a bit iffy about feeding him, to be honest. And he'll let you pick him up and everything. Oh, he's so friendly, this cat. But do you like your cat or dog enough to have slippers? Which look exactly like them. Well, you can now have these made. This has got to be the Christmas present for people with pets that they love. In the sun with winter on the way and most of us spending the majority of our time at home, there's never been a better time to invest in some slippers. Now, I have some lovely slippers back at the house, as purchased for me by the delightful Denise Andrews, who is in fact head of ducks on this channel. It says, rather than buying a generic pair, you can now get some cosy footwear which looks exactly like your beloved pet. You're going to want these. In the middle is this lady's pet. And on the outside are two slippers made in the exact image as her pet. You want these, don't you? Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. I mean, I just think there's something a bit sick about putting your foot up your own dog's arse, don't you? Company Cuddle Clones creates exact replicas of your furry friends, and they're so realistic it's safe to say the animals themselves seem confused. Whether it's a cat or a dog, all you need to do is send the company a snap of your pet and they will do the rest. The website says, take your favourite pet for a walk in a whole new way. Our plush slippers are handcrafted from the highest quality for fur and capture all the unique details of your pet. There's another photo. I love it. I wonder how much these are. There you go. Oh. It's a perfect present for anyone who's pet obsessed. Social media is awash with snaps of the personalised pet slippers next to the animal that inspired them, and the resemblance is uncanny. I mean, it really is. One fan says, thank you so much for the amazing snippers. Frank thinks they are his siblings. He nuzzles and barks at them, wondering why they don't play with him. Oh, here's the cat ones. Someone's got him on his feet. Come on, who wants a pair of these? This is something Rachel would have. I know Rachel would have something like this. Look, there's the cat in the middle and there's the two slippers that's been made. The thing is, they're probably going to be a little bit... Here we go. The lifelike slippers, which come in child sizes all the way up to XL, have been reduced from 192 to 152 pounds. It's a shame I understand why they're so expensive. There must be an awful lot of work involved there, I would imagine. But it's a shame. They're a little bit too expensive to do as a joke, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? If they were like 40 or 50 quid, I'd get a pair and send them some. Not even just for Christmas, do it like now. I'd get a pair and send them to someone just as a joke. Do you like the new slippers I've bought you? Oh dear. It says if that's still out of your price range, you can always pop them over on your Christmas wish list. You know, Christmas wish list. Oh, I hope you haven't got one of those. Have you? Christmas wish list. What's all that about? People are making lists of what they want now for Christmas. I mean, it's a different thing if it's children, but adults, please. Isn't a part of the Christmas being excited at what presents you're going to get? I never tell. My sister always says, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I never know. I'm quite happy. Whatever you want to get me, sis. Last year, was it last year? Oh, I can't remember now. Anyway, she made some curtains for in here. She made them. I've got curtains in front of me here. I think I've shown you these. Anyway, I'll show you. There's my curtains she made me. Hang on a minute. Where are we now? Just about to see there. There's the curtains she made me. Look. See that there? And they blackout ones because it kind of the sunlight coming in all starts looking a bit yellow and funny, really. But, and last year my brother-in-law surprised me. He bought me a little box. I haven't got it here. That's at the house, so I can change things while I'm doing the show without having to use the mouse, which is a wonderful thing, that is. They do a larger one, but it's a bit dear. I was going to buy the larger one myself, and then I saw the price of it. Other things to buy. I love it. How did that fall down? What? Is that a spirit trying to tell me something? What was I talking about? Cats? Or it might have been one of my dead cats sending me a message. I miss my cats. I loved my cat. Especially my mum's cat, Katie. You may remember her, those of you that have been with us some time, you know, and she was very, very friendly, that cat. Oh, well, then nothing is forever, is it? Nothing is here forever. Rachel, I had some rabbit slippers. I used to love scaring the cat with them. He hated them. Good morning to one man and his sprinter van. Hello, Carl. All right. I have a pair with Chris Reardon's head on. I suppose you could make them out of people. Why not make them out of people's heads? Who maybe are dead? You wouldn't even have to make the head. Wait till someone's died. Have the head pickled or freeze-dried or something. My nephew would be able to help you with that. He can do all DIY stuff. Have it freeze-dried and then with some sort of coating so it doesn't disintegrate in front of your eyes, and then just put it on your foot. What a wonderful way to remember a loved one. Have them permanently on the end of your foot. I like that. Good morning, Mark Bowles. Hello, Mark Bowles. There he is, the only man on this channel, Mark Bowles. Yes. He'll rough you up. None of these other so-called men on here. Dear me. I got rid of that calendar, yeah. I don't know really why. I just didn't think it fitted in, really. I didn't really think it fitted in on the balloon thing, but it was just, I don't know, just, for me it didn't fit in and it kind of spoilt it a little bit, so that's why the calendar's not there, Rachel. Do you want it back up? I mean, what's on it now? What are we now on? October? Let's have a look. Because we didn't get round to my picture, actually, did we? I know. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, it's Mick's Mowers. Hang on. It's Mick's Mowers this month. Is he with us today, Mick? There you go, that's it. Do you want that back up? Do you want that back up there? Do you? I can put it back up there. I haven't got a thing now, have I? Do you want that back up there? What do you think, people? Yes or no? Let me know. Hey, Mick Davenport. Us men rule over you women and fairies. Pfft, you must be joking, sunshine. Really? Really? Most of you are thick as two short planks. Might be good at putting two bits of wood together, but no intelligence whatsoever. There's Christopher Woodhouse. Good morning to you, Christopher. Christopher, yeah, you're gay, aren't you? Christopher, here, listen. These blokes on here, don't you think the straight blokes on here are more bitchy than the people going into the bleeding gay pubs? Because I do. I think they're so bitchy on here. Shall we get it back up there? You want it back up, don't you? The hole is, to be honest, for the calendar, the hole is so small you wouldn't see it. Just a moment. Let me just go and get one of my devices. Back in a moment. Oh, no, Michael Pullman doesn't want it. Take it down when you get to November. Shut up. Yes, very nice. Can we put it somewhere else without putting a hole in there? Does that work on there like that? Just sat there like that? Does that work? You can't really see that now, can you, because of the light? Just give me the light. Just give me the light. Boom, 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 boom. Just give me the light. Just give me the light. What an awful song that was. They used to go mad for that when I was DJing in Belushis. Does that work like that? It's all right, isn't it? Well, don't know. Let's put that over there now. I have to move things around there. One moment, please. Can I put that there? Nope, that's too small. Just give me the light. How's that now? How does that look, all right? Hello, Maureen. Good morning, Maureen. Is that all right like that? Are you happy now? You'll have to... Anyone watching on a big telly, how does that look on a big telly? Let us know there. John Parrish, you need a man in your life, Chris. Yeah, but not you, John. You did say a man. That wouldn't include you, would it, darling? Moaning and bitching all the time. There he is, Mark Bowles. There's my man. Only real man on here. All these others, rough me up. Do me a favour. Do you think you could rough me up, do you, John? Do you really? You'd trip over by the time you got over to me. Oh, my back, my back. Poor old soul. There won't be any times out for you, Mandy Davenport. I don't think ever that will happen. I can't see that. You're not an upsetting type person, my love. Right. Okay, well, we'll leave it here then. We'll leave it here then, all right? Just give me the light. Okay, now what else have we got here? I haven't told you what I did yesterday, did I? No, I haven't. As I say, it wasn't... Actually, I think it was John, actually, yesterday. It was John yesterday. He said there were 70-mile-an-hour winds. No, not here. Ask Jeff. He popped over here yesterday. There was no 70-mile-an-hour winds. There was a little bit of wind. I estimate the wind to be no more than about 20 mile an hour, I reckon. It weren't that bad at all. Seriously. So I don't know where you got the 70-mile-an-hour winds for. Not here. And that goes for the whole day. So after the show yesterday, I wanted to go to the post office to post off someone's clock. Who won the clock? It was Andy, wasn't it? Weird City Citizen. He won the clock. That went in the post yesterday. Okay. So I'm going to the post office. I've got to the post office. I've parked the car, and at that point, the phone rang. And it was my nephew's wife. Okay, my nephew's wife. And she said, "Are you going to the post office? Could you come and pick a parcel up and take it in for us?" Yeah, okay then. So then I got back in my car after parking, and it can be a bit dodgy parking. There's not many parking spaces outside the post office come co-op. Right, so got back in the car, went to Stacey's, just quickly picked up the parcel. And then I realised something was being delivered to my nephew's house yesterday. And I said, "Oh, what an idiot I am. I could have just come later and killed two birds with one stone," but there we are. So I picked up the parcels, went back, I managed to park again, took them into the post office, and sent the clock off, and I sent Stacey's 2 parcels off. And then after that, I went into the Co-op, done a little bit of shopping in there. And the pizzas are still on special offer, incidentally, in the Co-op. The posh pizzas, usually... Chris Woodhouse, listen to this. The posh pizzas were £5.50 each, or still 2 for £8. Absolute bargain. And let me tell you, one of those large pizzas for £8, for £4 is very good value. So they're still 2 for £8. And I thought about it, but I don't know how the oven would cope with a pizza here. The oven in a caravan, they are not good. They just don't seem to be able to get that heat up. And if you go on some of the caravan Facebook groups, you'll find other people tell you that as well. They just can't get up to that hot temperature that you require for some things. I tried to do roast potatoes in there. 45 minutes they're still in there, waiting to go brown. They were so dry by the time they came out, so it didn't really work. I might have another go because I've got some potatoes I need to use up. So I got my bits in there and came back here, but there is a better offer on the pizzas somewhere else, Chris Woodhouse. Stay tuned. Important information coming up live and exclusively on this show today. Naga Monchetti didn't report that this morning. We love Naga. She didn't report this morning. I've discovered somewhere else that is selling the exact same pizzas in a slightly different box, but the same size. More information coming up soon, live and exclusively on this channel. So that was that. Came back here from my niece's house. Now, what's that smell? And it was really strong. Horse manure. They've put horse manure all over the fields. And it stank. It was really strong. Now, horse manure, as it goes, isn't too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. But when you can't get out of it, it's just awful. So I came back in here. I've also still got the smell of the spices that I was cooking the night before in the slow cooker to contend with. So I'd fortunately, in the Co-op, one of the things I bought in the Co-op was one of those smelling candles, Glade, I think it is. Little freesia. I think I got Lily of the Valley flavour or freesia flavour. So I lit that in the caravan and eventually get used to the smell, and you can't smell it anymore unless you leave the room and come back. Oh, what's that smell again? And it comes back, doesn't it, to hit you? Oh, it's an horrible smell, isn't it? It's too much. I sat there and I watched another episode of Ratched, which is just hilarious. Please watch it, Ratched. And that was it. And then last night, I decided I wanted to go to Skegness. And my nephew said he might come with the children. Anyway, I got there. And there was a reason they didn't want to go. I can't remember why now. But they decided not to go. But that was okay. I intended to go to Skegness last night. So I popped over to my nephew's house to pick up my new gadget, which is my new uninterrupted power supply. Would you like to see the box? Just a moment, please. Here we are. Now, the actual electricity on the site now appears to be fixed. It's not going off anymore. So they obviously found the problem and cured it. However, I had already ordered this. Now, this is only a small one, which only is for the router. Okay? Here is my new gadget. Look at that. And it's not as big as it looks, actually. It's probably a little bit smaller than that. But it's heavy. And I think, sometimes when you buy electronic stuff, if it's heavy, to me, that says good quality. I don't know why. I just feel like probably means nothing like that at all. But it's quite a heavy thing. It's basically a battery with a bit of electronics in it. So that is now got... Oh, it's not got it yet. I'm charging it at the moment. It was £45, that. And that will stop. If the power goes off, the router will carry on. All right? But I didn't get one for the computers because they're a little bit more expensive. It also has one of those. All right, boys. I should have done one of those unboxing videos, shouldn't I? They get a lot of views. Unboxing videos. What are they? That's when you buy something, literally take it out of the box and show people around it. My brother-in-law said I should do that. But anyway, I took it out of the box, plugged it in, and it is now fully charged. And actually, after the show today, I should be just unplugging the router and plugging it into that. And that will give it backup power if the electric ever goes off. Unfortunately, I haven't got it for computers. So if I was doing a show and the electric goes off, it would still go off at the moment. Unless I get one from here. But my mate, Paul Adamson, who's one of our viewers, he told me to have another think, because if they fix the electric, you might not need to do it. And of course, if it goes out, I'd go off, you see. That's the only thing. But they are a little bit pricey, and I'm trying to cut back on things I'm buying at the moment. I'm way down on my income coming in from... There was no income coming in from karaoke, is there? It's just how it is. The other thing they do is they stop surges in power. Now, I've noticed... If there's now and again, I come in here and one of my computers is on. I haven't turned it on. That's happened before. And a lady in the computer shop. Remember when I came back here after the long break and there was no picture on this screen? I took the computer in for repair and the video card had gone wrong on it. I said, well, what's caused that then? She said it could be a surge in power. And I remember when I got here, the computer was on. It's odd. If the power goes off and comes on again, right, this computer switches itself on. How strange is that? Well, she said a surge in power can also damage stuff. And these things stop the surge somehow. What does it say? Don't say there. I'm just trying to remember what that's called now. Anyway, it should run my thing for over an hour, that. Surge, that's it, a surge and spike protector. So if your electric goes ooh, like that, it should stop that happening and stop damage. And maybe stop the computer coming on. But as I say, I haven't got the computers plugged into one yet. All right, so I thought I'd show you that little gadget there, which I picked up from my nephew last night. And then I went to Skegness, all on my own. Went to Skegness and I got there and I parked in this. It's a great big car park. It's free after 6 o'clock. I call it the lads' car park. And the reason is, apart from sad old people like me, and there's a couple of like cars in there, we're at the front. So all the like families and perhaps people who aren't like that group of lads that go in there, we park at the front under the lights. The lads, all right, with the girlfriends, all park at the back. I mean, God knows what goes on there. And sometimes you get this waft of strange smelling cigarettes coming over. It's awful. And they all sit behind there. These cars, and all little Vauxhall Novas and things like that, these cars tear, and I mean tear into this car park and do wheel spins. And they all end up at the back in a long line with their headlights on. They're all sitting there, like 4 or 5 cars in there. And other cars come along and join them. They don't seem to get out of the cars, though. They just sit there in the cars. And now and again, one will suddenly take off and tear around this car park. So I call that lads' car park. So I walked through there really slowly, just in case anyone wanted to chat me up, but they didn't. And I go up, and there's the sea in front of you. It was rough. It was rough sea last night, and the sea, it was in. The tide was in, okay? And it's crashing up against the wall. Blooming wonderful. It's also pitch black up there. There's no lights on that part, but you can walk along the promenade, and very quickly you can see the edge of the wall, and there's a fence there anyway, you know, just if you want to walk along there. Oh, it was lovely. I had my windbreaker thing on, wind cheater thing on, had a white wind cheater on. There was no one else on. There was only me just walking along the promenade at, it would have been about 8 o'clock at night. Just wonderful. The sea spray now and again, it would just crash up against the wall, and you get a little bit of sea spray in your face. You can see the little lights on the windmills. It was quite a clear night, actually. There's windmills in the sea, you know, wind turbines, and they've all covered in little red lights. And a couple of them have all got white lights on them for some reason. I don't know why that is. Perhaps that's like a special little place where electronics are gathered and stuff like that. And I walked along there, and I walked right along to the end. Right along to the end. So you walk so far from that car park, right, to where all the ice cream places are. And then you kind of come out and go towards the sea. And then you go along a little bit further and you carry on walking. Again, no lights. It's pitch black. There's a bit more beach there, and the tide doesn't come in as far as it does down the other end, so to speak. So there's no wall or anything. So tide's quite far out. But lovely. Just walking along. There's promenade along the top. And eventually it just goes down and becomes beach, and the promenade's gone. And that's where it ends. And what a lovely experience. I'm not someone who's afraid of the dark at all. No, I've never really been afraid of the dark, you know. It was just lovely, and the air on you, and it wasn't particularly windy either, to be honest. Not really. Not windy. There's a little bit of a mist coming down, but that was all, as in the form of sort of rain. Got to the end, and then I walked through over the sand to what I could see was like some steps going up, and then back along towards the ice cream places, all closed, of course. Got as far as that, turned left, walked down to the clock tower, which is like a roundabout, and then just over the road was the Trawler's Catch, the chip shop. So I thought, I fancy some chips. Yeah, so I went into the Trawler's Catch. There was a few people in a queue there. We all had masks on, and there's a sign there, please have your mask on. So I've got my mask with me. I was all ready for this. All I had was a small portion of chips and a cup of tea. And I said, I'd to take it out, please. So I took it out. And then across the road from this fish and chip place is a bench. So I sat on the bench. It was a little bit wet, the bench, so don't bother me. So I just sat on the bench, opened up my chips, put my cup of tea on the side there, and just ate those, sitting there on my own. And like I was saying to John the other day, I just sat there reminiscing, really, of things. You know, sitting there watching people going in and out of this chip shop. And you have to go upstairs to get in. And next to it is like a pub, like a fun pub type place where they have karaoke and all sorts of things going on in there. There's a couple of doormen outside there checking everyone as they go in. And watching. They seem to be mainly young people going in there, you know, sort of 20-ish. That sort of age. And there's a balcony they all come out and smoke on. And it was one bloke there, and some girl was shouting and screaming at him. Don't know what she was shouting and screaming. He's just standing there taking it like this. Shouting, so eventually he just turned around and walked off. God. And she was still shouting and screaming. He just walked off. You do see it all when you're sitting there. Some sad old git sitting there on his own on a bench, shoving his, you know, just watching it going on all around you. Love it. Do you do people watching? I quite like people watching. So I finished those, and there was a bin right opposite. I put the stuff in the bin and walked back to the car. Along there, some of the at this time, I think it was about 9 o'clock now, and the arcades were closing. I'm really surprised that arcades are open. You know, if there's anywhere you were going to pick up some sort of bacteria or virus from touching things, it's got to be an arcade, isn't it? Buttons being touched by 2 million people a day and stuff like that. The bingo was going on as well. I could hear the bingo going on. Red 1, red 01, number 1. Yellow 2 and 5, 25. White 6 and 7, 67. That was all going on. I could hear that coming out the speakers. McDonald's, that was fairly busy. That usually is there. McDonald's in Skegness. And went back to the car that way. Yeah. So that was nice. It was lovely. And from there, I thought I'd get cheap petrol. And there's an Asda in Skegness. Generally, to pick petrol around here in places like Shell, Esso, 115, 117 a gallon. which is about the same as it was in Bracknell, to be honest. But I know Asda, usually 5 pence a litre cheaper. So I thought, well, I'm down here, I'll get the petrol. Blooming road closed, isn't it? Road closed. I thought, well, I'll try and get round the other way. Road closed. I thought, well, there must be some way of getting to that petrol station. So I went all the way around back. I must have spent more money than the money I would have saved trying to get to this petrol station. Seriously. So I've gone all back round the other way. I think there must be a way through. And there's a sign where the road closes, petrol station closed. Oh, well. That's just how it was. Oh, no. Now it's about 9:15, 9:20. And I thought, well, I'll go to Aldi on the way back. Right, so I've gone into Aldi, got my basket, sprayed it with a disinfectant spray. I mean, seriously, you know those baskets you're in supermarkets? They've all got, like, spraying things next to them now, haven't they? Yeah, or they have an Aldi anyway. So I'm giving this up. It's by the time I finish spraying these baskets, they are soaking wet. Nothing has got any chance of surviving on the handles of those baskets once I finish with them. I mean, I could see them. The viruses were dropping off the handle, dead on the floor in front of me. Good. Got my little basket, going around, got some blueberries. Can't remember what I bought in there. And then I come to the pizzas. Here it comes, Christopher Woodhouse. Sorry to keep you waiting, darling. We do string out the stories as long as possible, as you know. I got to the pizzas. Guess what I saw there, Chris? The same pizzas we buy from the Co-op. Usual price, £5.50. This week on special offer, 2 for £8. In Aldi, you buy one, £3.79. Yes, dear. £3.79. And they're exactly the same size, and they look exactly the same as the ones in the Co-op with the little balls of cheese. What's that? Mozzarella cheese on it. £3.79. Not offer, normal price. So that's where you got to go, Chris. Chris was telling me on the phone yesterday they're building an Aldi, or they're going to be opening an Aldi soon near where he lives, which is in Islington. He's not in Islington, is he? I can't remember where you are now, Chris, the name of the area you're in. But they're getting an Aldi there soon, so you'll be pleased with that, Chris. It's so cheap in Aldi, it really is. It's dirt cheap. If you go to Aldi, right, for a few weeks, and then go back to Sainsbury's, and you realise how cheap it is then. You've got to do that. So those pizzas in there are £3.79. Thanks very much. Again, I didn't buy one because I'm not sure how this oven would cope with those, but, you know, one of those things. In fact, you know, I fancy a pizza now that I've been talking about them. So there you go. Go to Aldi. And I got back here around about 10 o'clock. About 10 past 10 at night. Got back here. I came straight in here to prepare today's show. And here we are. So that was my day yesterday. What a nice day. Let's have a quick look at the chat box for you. Chris Woodhouse is indeed in Islington. Okay, so you're classed as Islington. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Bum, bum, bum. Buh, buh. There you go. Yeah, Chris, I'll have to go to Aldi. Oh, yeah. Tins of baked beans. 27 pence. They're perfectly all right. Jeff. You've got it, Jeff. Jeff, I failed to mention that. Thank you, Jeff. So on my way back... Thank you, Jeff. I'm glad you mentioned that because I've left this out, haven't I? On my way back, because I wasn't going via Woodall Spa because I was on my own, my sat-nav took me around Woodall Spa and I went down this road where there was, ready, Jeff, a Co-op Golf petrol station. Okay? And there... You're quite right, through Tattershaw on the way to New York, £1.10 a litre. Thank you very much. Which I think is probably about the same price as it is in Asda. In the Asda petrol stations. So the Co-op Golf... I felt a bit guilty because I got there. It must have been just before 10 o'clock and I filled up. And of course, I'm at my car, mucking around with my masks now, ready to go in and pay because there's not a pay at the thing, is there? And as I got to the door, the lady's standing next to the door. I said, all right, love. I said, oh, yeah, are you just closing up? She says, yeah. I said, oh, I'm ever so sorry. I wouldn't have stopped if I'd known. Because, you know, when people want to go home, You know, and it's not nice when people turn up at the last minute. I said, I'll be as quick as I can. So I just gone in, handed over my card and paid for it. And that was it, that American Express thing. And I was out. But yeah, £1.10 a litre. You're quite right, Jeff. And that's where I filled up. Completely filled up. It does make a difference. If you keep going to the cheaper petrol stations, I mean, my mate says, oh, why are you saving it? It's only like 10p a litre difference. Yeah, that's 40 pence a gallon, mate. That's £2 a tank. Now times that over the year. That's a lot of money to save. Absolutely. That being said, it's never a good idea to sort of look where the cheapest one is and drive to it, because you probably spend that money, you know, in petrol anyway, trying to save the other money. But if you're doing it on a trip like I was doing last night to Skegness, you know, it's a good job I didn't let it go down too far, really. Otherwise I would have run out at all. Michael Palmer has sent a £3, a $3 super chat. Now, what is this, mate? What is this you're doing here? You want a tea break for Mick, Jason, and Andy V. Very happy to do that for you. Yeah, you can now. Here we go. What an excellent idea. So there goes Andy. There goes Mick. Who's the other one you want gone? Jason. Yeah, happy to do that for you. Jason Hughes. Where is he? Oh, I can't. Oh, there he is. Jason Hughes. All gone. There we go. Happy to do that for you. So in future, boys and girls, if you want someone to go for a tea break, I will now allow you to super chat for that. You want someone to go for a tea break? Super chat me. Okay? Super chat me. Say £1. And I'll put them in a tea break just for you. There you go. And I'll also give you raffle tickets for the prize. So here we go, Michael Palman. We got $3. That's about £2 something, is it? Okay, 2 then. 330 and 331 for Michael Bowman. There you go, Michael. 2 raffle tickets for you there. Okay. There you go, sunshine. 330 and 331. There you go. In the little pot there for you. All right. Thank you, darling. That's it. We can be a little bit quiet now. Anyone else who wants anyone to got rid of for a while for 5 minutes? No problem at all. Just £1 super chat. Name the person you want gone. I'll let be gone for 5 minutes. I love it. In fact, what an excellent idea that was, Michael Bowman. Excellent. Well done, sir. Oh, dear. What else have we got there? There's Michael Palmer. Let's just scroll up a little bit. Oh, John Parrish has sent one as well. John Parrish has sent a £1 super chat. Thank you, John. Let's give one for John. He's hoping to win the backdrop this week for his missus as well. 332. There you go, John. 332 for John Parrish. Can you hear that rain outside? It won't stop me going for a walk. Absolutely not. Got wet things on. There you go, John. 332 for you. In it goes. All right. Thank you, John. Rained all day in Worcester. Says Sprinter van today. Yeah, it's pouring down here, unfortunately. Good. Okay, let's go back down to the bottom there. And we're there. John, you need to be a little bit more patient, darling. If I'm doing a story, I'm not looking at the chat box. Okay? That's how it works. Be a bit patient. Look at him, all block capitals. Oh, he gets so upset, doesn't it? In fact, John, I think you need to go for a little timeout now as well, darling. I think you're going to have to go for a timeout. Moaning too much. Just a moment, and he's gone. There we go. There we go. Anyone else? Anyone else? I'm feeling a little bit trigger happy on the show this morning. Let's do another story. Spitting Image. Did you like that programme? I loved it. Spitting Image, where they take the mick out of politicians and people like that. Well, it's returning to TV tonight. But it's not all good news, I'm afraid. I'm disappointed with this. Al Murray says it's just what we need in the age of everyone wanting to be upset. And they do, don't they? Put it on Facebook. People moaning about this, that and the other. Telling us all about their mental disturbances, something that we all used to keep to ourselves in the past. I don't know why people have got to come on there and tell us what's wrong with them all the time. I really don't. Or be offended by something. But they do, don't they? The latest reincarnation of the satirical show, which I wish I was going to be able to watch, but I'm not, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Also, nearly a quarter of a century since its last full run, has already caused controversy over its puppets, with critics saying it focuses too much on right-wing politicians and not the left. But comedian Al, 52, who wrote for both the new series and the original run, insists that it's just because the right are in power and no one could point out a Labour MP in a lineup. He's got to point that. No, you can't really, can you? I could point out the leader, Keir. Who else is on that front bench of the Labour lot? Diane Abbott's not there anymore, is she? She's gone. No, there's honestly, there's no one that comes to mind. I can point out the other side to you. Priti Patel, that medical bloke, what's his name? I could point them out to you. I know their faces straight away. But no, there's no one sort of remarkable on the other side, is there? No one with a bit of character. Do you know what I mean? Priti Patel. Rishi. We got Rishi. Who else? Oh. Anyway, in The Sun it says, everyone is universally upset. It's not like you're offending the right or the left. You just offend everyone. That's the point. It's fab. I love it. Can't wait for The Guardian to get the teeth into that one. Oh, they'll love it, won't they? The Guardian readers. Aren't they wonderful people? Moaning left, right and centre. He says, we haven't even broadcast yet and everyone's been upset, and that's fantastic. That's a win for the production. When the first set of puppets came out, all the stuff was from people who were angry about left-wing comedy. OK, look, it's all Tory puppets. Where are the left-wing puppets? Well, if you want Labour puppets, you're going to have to vote them in. I love it. The reason there isn't a Dawn Butler, who's she then? Is she someone? He says the reason there isn't a Dawn Butler puppet is because she's irrelevant. They don't want puppets of Labour politicians that badly. They are completely and utterly irrelevant. One of the brilliant new puppets is teenage climate change activist Greta Thunberg. I'd love to see her as a puppet. When the trailer for the series dropped, people were quick to jump to her defence, even though she liked the image on Twitter. Al said when the Greta public came out, all the people who get offended by things on other people's behalf were so upset about it. Oh, that's really cool doing that to a little girl. Oh, please. It shows the moment is right for spitting image because people want to get upset. You might as well have a programme that upsets people. I agree. That's why I do this. One of the other things about these puppets is that they are grotesque. That is a signal. It constitutes a trigger warning. It is satire. And this is what people just don't get anymore. Satire. When I did Captain Tom. Singing, walking along the frame, singing badly, you'll never walk along. They didn't get it. You see, the trouble is, when I realise I've done something I think is funny and other people is funny, but certain people don't think is funny, that makes it even funnier to me. I've had drag queens standing on stage and other people as well, right, doing jokes, and they might do a joke about something or whatever, and the audience go, oh, can't believe she said that. Now, I found it funny and I'm giggling. Then I look at the audience going, oh, you shouldn't have said that. I find it even funnier. Is that a sickness? Go and cry somewhere else, will you? Much of the writing and then the filming is done at the last minute to make the show as up-to-date and as newsworthy as possible. It's very clever, really, isn't it, all that writing, when you're very clever to be able to be a writer or something and do comedy. When the Sun first revealed in March that the series was returning, the indication would be that it's going to be on ITV. Just a moment. Is there a knock? Hello? Oh, it's Gary. Gary Butler's here. My nephew's here. Hello? What are you doing here? Look who's appeared. What's that for? Why have I got that? Where am I going to put that? Just a minute now. Where am I going to put that? Where are we? Let's put that on there. Look what's arrived. There you go. Look what's arrived here. Oh, we'll bring it in. Where am I going to put that? Will it go on there? Next to my little caravan? Try it on there, darling. Hang on, there's a little cup of water there, isn't there, as well? Oh, how lovely.
Brand everything.
Well, look, he's got his sticker on there as well, everyone. Put that on there like that, darling. Oh, let's move that forward a bit and it can stay on there. Well, thank you very much. Isn't that lovely? Are we going somewhere then?
No.
Are we going on an outing or are you going somewhere?
We just thought, can we get a personal time out for Mick and Jason?
They've had one. They've got one. Oh, another one.
Yeah, please.
Oh, has they come back on already? Have they? All right, there goes Jason. Do you want it? Come here, darling. Right, look over there. And see that little black box there? Say, we're now going to have a personal time out for Mick and Jason.
We're now going to have a personal time out for Mick and Jason.
Excellent. Right, there we go. Jason there. Bye, Jason. Use it in timeout. Mick Davenport there. Thanks very much. Lovely. Done. Did you want to come and discuss your latest video? Because I've been watching you this morning.
Have you?
Taking apart that scooter. The electric scooter.
There's a new video tonight, 7 o'clock.
Is there? And what's that about? Would you like to come into this proper studio?
Sorry?
Come into this proper studio and say hello to the millions of people all over the world? Come into camera one, Gary. Camera one, there it is. You just sort of put your thing there. Camera one there. They are, because they can see. This is my nephew, Gary.
Yes, where am I? There.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
Well, I don't know. Just tell us what's in your programme today.
Well, you have to wait, and if I tell you now, I won't watch it, will
Of
they?
course they will. You're giving them a tempt. You tempt them. You don't tell them what's it going to be. You tempt them, dear. Tempt them.
7 o'clock tonight, that's tempting.
7 o'clock tonight, and how do they watch that?
Brand everything.
Scrap It Man, the channel on YouTube, Scrap It Man. If you go and have a look on his channel now, there was one, it was 3 weeks ago, was it? The one I was watching this morning?
No, that was last Saturday.
Oh, last Saturday. There's one of him taking apart a...
Look, brand everything.
Oh, come... Yeah. Do you know what Auntie Tracy told me earlier? You know when there's a boy that likes you at school, right? This is what Auntie Tracy did, okay? She said, come back in the camera, they want to see you, darling. There you are. She said, there was a boy who liked her once at school. Do you know what she did? She made him write her a letter, and she said every word had to be in a different colour. So when a boy likes you at school, you have to tell him to do that. Make him write you a letter in lots of different colours. Huh?
Stop touching my hair.
Oh, let me have a look at your hair. Can I touch your hair? Let me touch your hair.
Who is it? Which guy was sitting here for 10 minutes? You carry on.
10 minutes?
And we might get off after.
I've got at least half an hour to do yet. I'm done a bit. Perhaps would you like to do the bingo? Do you want to read the bingo numbers? All right, I'll call you in about 10, 15 minutes, all right? Have a cup of tea and that. Have a cup of tea up yourself. Put the telly on if you want. Don't put YouTube on because it might interfere with the bandwidth, mightn't it? I can't even remember what I was bleeding talking about now. Oh, Spitting Image, wasn't it? Spitting Image. There we are. Yes, it's not going to be on ITV. It's going to be on BritBox. So it's great. It's a great shame. As I say, in The Sun, it said it revealed in March. Look at these bloody lovely flowers, aren't they? Aren't they beautiful? The last time someone bought me flowers, they thought I'd died. What?
Can you just time Andy V out, please?
Andy V? Yeah, certainly. Andy V can be timed out as well.
Thank you.
Whereas he's getting on my nerves as well. Just a moment, let's get rid of him as well. Use it in timeout. Lovely. Lovely. I'll just come to some of your messages in a minute when I've done the thing now, okay? Yes, in an unexpected twist, it is instead showing on the subscription service BritBox, presumably in a bid to recoup the huge costs in making the puppets. It does cost quite a lot of money to make this thing, which is a great shame because I'm not going to see it. I'm certainly not going to subscribe to BritBox and watch everything that I've already watched once, but that's where it's going to be. Unfortunately, I know one or two of you have probably got other methods to watch such programs. I haven't, I'm afraid. So I won't be able to watch Spitting Image. But if you watch it, do let us know how good it is. I'm not subscribing for just one program. In fact, you know, I've already got Netflix and I've always got Amazon Prime. That's enough. That's enough. Amazon Prime, I mean, you're not really paying for that, are you? What I'm paying Amazon for is the free delivery of stuff. Because every time you have something delivered, it's a £5, isn't it? Well, I don't have to pay that now. Because I've got that other thing. I've got the Amazon Prime. But with that, you get these videos. But I hardly use it. I watch a lot of Netflix. I do watch a lot of Netflix. £8, something like that a month. Dirt cheap. Very good value for money, Netflix, I think. I'm not going to buy a BritBox. I'm not going to buy that again. Daniel says BritBox is great, but I'd probably be better off. It would be better off on proper telly. Not many people are going to see that. There you are, Denise. How much is it for BritBox? Actually, Denise, I think it's about £5 a month. But that's another £5, Denise. That's the thing. £5 here, £7 there, £8 there. And then you realise at the end of the month, you're paying out hundreds of pounds a month, you know. Morning to Stacey. There's Evie's mum there. Hello, Stacey. And the lovely flowers I've got here. Thank you very much for those. Yes. But he hasn't stolen them from a grave, John. He wouldn't do a thing like that, would he? I don't know, really. Good morning to Adrian Richardson. Morning to you, Adrian. I didn't want to pick on you today on the show today, Adrian, to be honest, because I've just seen a recent picture of you and you're quite well on doing it onto yourself. God knows what you've done to your face. I mean, it looked miserable before. Christ, it's practically touching the floor now. I don't need to take the mick out of everyone, Adrian, because quite frankly, some of you have not been dealt a very good hand anyway by the Lord above. Oh. Right. Thank you, Sherry. He's very impatient, John. You know, you must understand, just because you put a message up there, I don't come to the... If I did that, there'd be no show. There'd be no show. There's Gary now. He's joined us on the chat box. What a lovely thing. Hello, Mark Bowles. I can get you BritBox if you want it. Oh, I can't have anything like that, Mark, dear. No, dear. No. I can't do anything like that. I'm too much of a rule follower, I'm afraid. Two more. Oh, Christ, look at the time. Oh, this is supposed to be an hour long today. Two more stories, nice and quick, and then we'll do the bingo with special guest bingo caller today, Evie Butler, which I'm looking forward to that now. Porsche driver has blockaded a street. A Porsche driver blockaded a street in the sun today to stop a truck from towing his supercar. What did he do? Well, his car was parked there on yellow lines with council workers. The 52-year-old ran from his house in Highgate, North London, and argued with the drivers before sitting on a stall in the middle of the road in front of the tow-away truck. That's what he did. He stayed, he sat on the stall and worked on his laptop. So they couldn't move the van. They couldn't reverse it. You can't reverse these things. Or if you do, it's very difficult. And these roads in North London are very narrow. So the van stops in the middle of the road. Truck, whatever you call it. Right? They've got the things on his car and they're trying to lift it. Right? But there's nowhere for the van to go. He's then got a stool and sat in front of the van. And it won't move. After 5 hours, the council workers agreed to leave the car, at which point the engine failed. So the truck stayed blocking the street until it could be jump-started. Peter said we had a lovely time and I managed to carry on with my usual work from home, sat on my laptop on a stall in the middle of the road. We got a parking ticket and that was fair enough. I had half the car on double yellows and forgot to move it in the morning. Easy mistake, isn't it? But we all make these mistakes from time to time and a parking ticket is a bit of a bitter pill, but fair enough. But then come along 3/4 of an hour later to find your car being taken off to £1 by people who want to charge you 300 quid for the privilege. I just think it's an outrage and very over the top and very un-English, disproportionate and unfair. It's not people like us that really suffer because I kind of grin and bear it. It's an absolute outrage. So that's what he did. And he won. They had to go eventually. I love it. I love it. One more story then and we'll do today's raffle tickets and then it's Evie Butler's big bingo game. In the Daily Mail today... there's a new perfume out. Struggling to find a Christmas gift for the space enthusiast in your life? A very special new immersive fragrance might be the answer you're looking for. Perfume brand Tolly has concocted a scent inspired by the planet Jupiter, sporting subtle notes of rotten eggs and cleaning products on a heady base of bitter almonds. Why would you want that? Or in more scientific terms, hints of hydrogen sulfide and ammonia that give way to the fragrance of hydrogen cyanide. Well, don't you die from that? These compounds are all found in small amounts with the atmosphere of Jupiter, which is mainly made up of odourless molecular hydrogen and helium. Jupiter, which is the name of the perfume, will officially launch on October the 26th and can be pre-ordered at the discounted price of just £26. Why would you want to smell like that? It's strange, isn't it? I mean, how can they be totally knowing of what it would smell like on Jupiter? I suppose they can see through telescopes and know what the gas is. I don't know how that works. That's really odd, isn't it? Very, very odd indeed. Very odd indeed. Yeah, girls are exempt from... they don't misbehave. I don't think I've had one single lady misbehave on this channel. There has been a couple over the years. There was one in particular. Soon got rid of her. Oh, it did moan. And she just ended up upsetting everyone all the time. She would always upset people. Not me. It didn't bother me. I just ignored it. You know. Right. Okay, boys and girls, let's do raffle tickets. Who wants a raffle ticket for Monday's next fridge magnet raffle? Don't I have any over from yesterday? Maybe not. Speak now or forever hold thy tongues. Ba, ba, ba. Let me check the text. Okay. Da, 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 da. Hello, darling. I'll call you in a minute. All right, my love. What happens, I do the birthdays, and then when the birthday's on, I rush in there and go for a little wee, and then I call you, all right? No, not to watch me have a wee. Right, here we go. Ticket time. Maureen, 516. Maureen's got 516. Michael Pullman, 517. John Aitken. All right, John, 518. Tony King, 519. Mark Bowles, 520. There's a pigeon on my roof. Can you hear the pigeon? Mark Bowles. Gary Davidson, 521. Fran, 522. Diane, 523. Jeff, 524. Jason, 525. Jason, 525. Denise, 526. McDavenport, 527. Rachel 528. Daniel 529. One moment. Daniel. So macho here today. Oh, do me a favour, Joe. They think they're macho, my love. I've never seen so much fairiness going on in all my life. I worked in gay pubs for over 30 odd years. I've worked in gay pubs. Nothing is more gay than these blokes, so-called blokes on this channel. Honestly. Daniel Holmes is Gary Ross 530. Murray 531. Ross 532. Joe 533. You're all here today, aren't you? There we go. Is that everyone? Sprinter Van 534. Okay. Alrighty. If I've missed anyone out for the tickets, please speak now. There's another ticket to be won. Those of you that play the... oh, hang on a minute. We got a little message here. Oh, this came in so long ago. Danny. From Danny Broughton. Hello, Danny. Sorry, I've only just got this email from you, Danny. Please could you give a big shout out to one of your biggest fans, Aaron Tanner. Talks about your show all the while and is an avid watcher. So thank you very much to Danny B. That's from Aaron. Hello, Aaron. I hope you're still with us. Sorry to have left out that for so long. I don't often refer to but I should look at the emails really a little bit more often while we're in the middle of a show. But thank you for that one, Danny, and hello to Aaron as well. Okay, is that everyone? Is that everyone? Right, okay. Let's do today's birthdays. Happy birthday on this Saturday, the 3rd of October, 2022. Carla Nash. Oh, Carla, who is one of the nicest people I ever worked with at Belushi's in London Bridge. Carla, I hope one day to work with you again, really. Yeah. I don't know where, when. There's a couple of people I'd like to work with again. Robbie, a bloke called Robbie. Even Victoria Pearson, I enjoyed working with her. I know she wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but I got on with her. But Carla is special. And Cara, of course. I've worked with some wonderful people over the years. Some arseholes as well, to be honest. Some absolute arseholes. But generally, most people were really nice. You're one of them. Happy birthday, Carla Nash, today. Eddie V today. He does a lot of karaoke. One of Rachel's friends is 57 today. Happy birthday, Eddie. Slightly behind me. James in age-wise. James Buckley. Good morning, James. Happy birthday to you. And Jennifer Brayhalt. I think it is Brayhalt. Is that how I say your name, my love? Is 72 years old today. Happy birthday to Jennifer. And Sinitta St. Moritz. What a beautiful name, Sinitta. Happy birthday to you and everyone on this Saturday, the 3rd of October, 2020. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday to each and every one of you. Look who's appeared in the studio with us. It's great niece Evie Butler. Okay, right. Now, why are you sitting there? You're going to do something very important now, aren't you? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Bingo.
Bingo, yes, right. So, if you're going to do the bingo, you better come in and sit in this seat, hadn't you? Come on, sit there, darling. There's a little thing there, little cushion there. Shall I do? Will you need another cushion? I'll sit there and see how it is. Go on, off you go. Sit there, my love. All right. There you go. I'll get you another couple of cushions. 1 minute. She's a bit short. Okay. Oh, there's still some of that dinner in it, can you?
Yeah.
Blimey, it's strong.
Sorry?
Sorry. I'm just very busy doing television program next door. Very busy. ER Evie. Jump up, darling. You can swing your legs there. See if we can get up there. Yeah. Ready? Oh, God. Have you been eating chocolate? Oh, I left you, darling. There you are. Oh, yes. Very important you look now, my love. There you go. Right. Put that a little bit closer to you because I can talk louder. Oh, Christ. I nearly fell off this. My bum's too fit to go on it. Too big to go on here, Evie. There you are, darling. Right, that'll do, won't it? Okay. Right, come closer. Oh, you can't, can you? I'll do it for you. Her legs aren't touching the floor. Oh. Right, now put your feet. See if we can get your feet in there, can you?
Not because of that rock.
Is that rock in the way? Hang on, let me move that. It's very heavy. Do you know how heavy? Feel how heavy this is, Evie? Ready? Isn't it heavy?
I was trying to carry the Christmas present.
What Christmas present?
With this in.
Is there a Christmas present for me?
No, it was wrapped in
Oh yes, I remember now. Yeah, it was. No, was it my Christmas or birthday?
Christmas.
Yeah, it was. I've got to be careful because I don't want the paint to rub off this. Where can we put this now? Let's just put it on the floor in there. I'll break my back while I... Right, so put your feet under there. I'm going to move you in a little bit further so you're closer to the mic, all right? Get your feet up. Right, I'm going to push you in a little bit further, okay? Why won't that move? Is there something in the way?
Yeah, that.
What's in the way, darling?
That.
Oh, the amplifier. Okay, I've got to move the wheels round, don't I? Hang on. There we go. And in you go, Evie. Nice and close. You okay?
Yeah.
Good. Ooh. You can lean back if you want. Look. I'm like that all the time, I am. Yes. There we go. Right. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what to say. All right, everyone. Get your bingo tickets ready.
All right, everyone. Get your bingo tickets ready.
All right. If you could speak a little bit louder, darling. All right, my love, because I haven't got another microphone here. I can't really turn you up. I can't get to it there. We're now playing for another raffle ticket.
We're now playing for another raffle ticket.
So you get an extra chance to win one of these.
You'll get an extra chance to win one of these.
On Monday morning.
On Monday morning.
Okay. Everyone ready? Let's just get the game ready. Okay. All right. We're only playing for a full house.
We're only playing for a full house.
You need to mark off all the numbers on your bingo ticket.
You need to mark off all the numbers on your bingo ticket.
When I see someone has won...
When I see someone has won...
I will stop the game.
I will stop the game.
And you will have 1 minute and 30 seconds...
And we'll have 1 minute and 30 seconds...
To claim.
To claim.
Shout bingo in the chat box.
Shout bingo in the chat box.
When you've won.
When you've won.
If you leave it then longer than 1 minute and 30 seconds.
If you leave it longer than 1 minute and 30 seconds.
And we move on to the next number.
And we move on to the next number.
Then you've missed it.
And then you've missed it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Say, eyes down, here comes your first number.
Eyes down, here comes your first number.
Right. To get a number... I'm just telling you this now. To get a number, you push this here.
Okay.
Okay? So when you push that there, a number will come up. And you read out the number.
11.
1 and 1, 11, you can say. Go
1 and 1, 11.
Right, speak louder.
1 and 1, 11.
Right, next one.
1 and 2, 12. 3 and 7, 37. 2 and 4, 24.
Try and speak a bit louder, darling, all right, love?
5
A
and
bit louder.
5 and 9, 59. 8 and 4, 84. 5 and 8, 58. 3 and 2, 32.
2 and 6.
2 and 6, 26.
Okay, carry on.
55. 7 and 9, 79. 8 and 5, 85. All on its own, number 8. Number 10. 2 and 5, 25. 1 and 3, 13. 7 0, blind 70. 6 and 1, 61. 6 and 8, 68. 5 and 7, 57. 6 and 5, 65. 6 and 4, 64. 3 and 5, 35. 8 and 1, 81. 3 and 6, 36. 8 and 8, 88. 7 and 2, 72. 4 and 8, 48. 3 and 4, 34. 7 and 3, 73. 3 0, blind 30. 8 and 7, 87. 6 and 9, 69. 6 0, blind 60. All on its own, number 2.
Quack, quack. Say quack.
Quack, quack. All on its own, number 3. 5 and 6, 56. 5 0, blind 50. 4 and 7, 47. 4 and 1, 41. All on its own, number 4. 8 0, blind 80. 2 and 1, 21. 1 and 6, 16. 3 and 9, 39. 1 and 8, 18. 7 and 4, 74. 8 and 2, 82. 8 and 9, 89. 1 and 5, 15.
2 little ducks, 22. And you go quack, quack.
2 little ducks, 22, quack, quack. 7 and 1, 71. 5 and 2, 52. 2 0, blind 20. 7 and 6, 76. 3 0, no.
That's right.
3 and 8, 38. 3 and 6, 36.
No. What's that one? What's that one say? 6 and 3.
6 and 3, 63.
And then that one?
4 and 43.
Yeah.
7, 7, 77. 5 and 1, 51. All on its own, number 9. 6. All on its own, number 6. 8 and 6, 86. 4 blind, 40. 2 and 3, 23. 7 and 8, 78. 14. 3 and 1, 31. All on its own, number 5. 2 and 7, 27. All the 4s, 44.
Let's be careful now because someone's going to win soon. So you see these up here. When you get something up here that's all got green on there, then you have to stop. Okay? There's only one up there, but that might change. It might go to someone else. So we have to watch that carefully now. So next one.
All, no. 1 and 9, 19. All on its own, number 7. 3 and 3, 33. 5 and 4, 54. 7 and 5, 75. 4 and 6, 46. 2 and 8, 28. 4 and 9, 49. 2 and 9, 29. 1 and 7, 17.
Go and read the number and then stop.
3 and 8.
No.
8 and 3, 83.
Okay. Now you tell someone needs to claim now because someone's won.
Someone's won.
So you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your
1 minute
prize.
and 37 to claim your prize.
Here comes the clock.
Here comes the clock.
Now we get a little bit of music you'll be able to hear. And they're all waiting now. Do you like this music? So we wait for someone to shout bingo there now, okay? So your dad has already shouted bingo and he's lying. There you go. See that name there? What's that name say?
Jason Hughes.
Jason Hughes. So he's won. Okay, so we stop the clock. Like that. And just say we have a claim, Jason Hughes.
We have a claim, Jason Hughes.
We're now going to check your numbers.
We're now going to check your numbers.
Okay, and just read out his numbers.
5, 6, 16, 18, 23, 32, 34, 48, 51, 52, 63, 69, 75, 82 and 83.
A round of applause for Jason. Say in there, say congratulations, Jason.
Congratulations, Jason.
You now get an extra bingo ticket.
You now get an
an extra raffle ticket.
extra raffle ticket.
So here it is. Let's see, we've got all those there. They're already done for people. So they're going to go in later. There's the next one there. Alright, so what ticket is that?
535.
535. So just write his name on there, darling. Jason Hughes. There you go. That's all right. Move it if you want, darling. It's just it moves. There you go. Can you see his name on there?
No.
Okay, J. I'll spell it for you. J
There
A
it is.
S O N. And the next name H U G H. All right, so now show him, just hold it up to there. You'll be able to see it on there. Okay, and then turn it round so you can see his name at the bottom there. Hold a bit closer, darling. There you go, Jason. Look at that lovely writing she's got there. What should we do now? Should we just go? It's time to go, isn't it? So thank everyone for watching the show today.
Bye bye.
So we'll be back with another chat show on Monday.
We'll be back with another chat show on Monday.
At 8:45.
At 8:45.
Oh, and can you just pull that button down? I can't reach it.
Which one?
That one there.
That one.
Yeah, just pull it down a bit. Because it was too loud yesterday. There you go, just stop there. Right, I'll play the music. All right, tell them there'll be another chat show on Monday at 8:45, nice and loud.
There'll be another chat show on Monday at 8:45.
Don't forget to join us for the bingo tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
Don't forget to join us at the bingo night tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And now wave.